Hey guys, my cat's coming into my cat is coming in to harass me. All right, it's Wednesday and no guest, which is okay. I'm gonna take a breath. It's been an exciting few weeks, but last week and then through this week has been um, almost overwhelming in what it has brought to me. The I wrote about this in my blog. I post my blog, by the way, on my community page. And here I was thinking I'm bringing teachers up, uh, teachers, students. It's the same thing in A Course in Miracles. You're always a student. Both Vicky and Dove, who almost have 100 years of practice between them, have said, yes, they are students of the Course in Miracles. Hey, Marlon. Hey, Lee. How are you? Hi, Kat. Who did I miss? I should say hi before I start talking. So really how it turns out is that,
What's new with Google Ads?
sorry guys. Yes, I was bringing people up for you all. Eric Lapointe is here. That means I got to be careful what I say. You never know if it's going to end up in a YouTube short. You guys, if you guys want to see Eric Lapointe doing a shot of mustard straight from the bottle as he's singing a song, check out his newest short. Mustafa, my friend, how are you? Hi, Ellie. That's okay, Ellie. We'll be here. If you can make it, you can. If not, 11:11, or is that 1111? Good luck, Kat. Kat made a huge burrito, mostly homemade. Hey, one family, how are you? Oh, Buddha love. Thank you, Buddha. Hey, Soma. Soma, how are you? How have you been? Kat says, oh, hey, Yogi. Let's see, who else we got? He says, Mustafa, lovely to see you. Hey, Ryan. Ryan says hello. Eric Point says, say you again, chat. Eric, how are you? Marlon says, happy Trappy Wednesday evening. Yes, Yogi Mikati. Thank you, Marlon. Phil, how are you? Manifester is here. Sib says, Marlon, lovely to see you. Big Al says, boys, 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 and there's some girls. Hey, we had another Big Al come in this morning, 5 o'clock. I wanted to tell him there's only room for one Big Al, obviously, because they're big. You can't fit more than one Big Al in a room. So yeah, anyway, I was saying, hey Betty, Anna, how are you? How excited I've been with the guests, and I hope they've resonated with you guys. We got more coming. I'm reaching out to more. Friday, we're gonna finish off the week with Corinne. I always get her last name wrong. Give me a second, guys. Zubko, I believe. Probably wrong. She's a wonderful teacher. She wrote a book called From Anxiety to Love, using the principles of Course in Miracles as well as mindfulness for navigating our way outside of anxiety, out of anxiety. There is a map, there is a way, and you can do it. If you're suffering any kind of anxiety, you don't have to. Now, that doesn't mean anxiety disappears. It means that you have a roadmap out of it. And you have a way of circumventing it. You begin to recognize the signs. Of course, that's the whole big thing with breath work, is to calm the central nervous system to the point where you recognize Where is this thought leading me? Where is this breath leading me? Where is this action leading me? Is it leading me towards anxiety, panic attack, depression? This was a big thing for me. Experiencing depression much of my life from teenage years on, having it getting worse as winter approached. Now I see where these thoughts are leaving me, and I can begin to pull back, to ease back. Doesn't mean that I escape depression. It means that I escape the worst of depression. It means that I am able to put in place the things that bring me peace instead of, and you know what, truly you can be at peace with depression. Let's see. Kat says, my middle Australian accented Siri, say hi. Makati too. I'd like to hear that sometime. Kat is looking forward to Sniper's talk. Sniper, send me a title when you have one ready. So am I? I am. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, how are you? Jamie, how'd you like those kettlebell presses? Hey, Jessica. How are you, my friend? Manifesto is Big Phil. Big Phil. I like that. Big Al says, all caps, I am the Big Al. Of course. There can be only one. Betty, I hope you're having a good day. I want to say once again how much I appreciate your support. Jessica says she's okay. I'm glad to hear that. You have another live stream coming up, right? Guys, we got a couple of friends who are live. Goga. Highly recommend Goga. Just because he's Goga, but also if you want to grow your channel, if you want top-notch advice on growing your channel, making it more professional, I gotta admit, I'm one of his worst pupils. Not his fault, my own. He's done his best with me. Stink Bug Deity is live, and Leo is getting in 202 pump burpees. You go pop in and give him a quick hi. So go over and say hi, guys. Also, Karen is going to be up Friday. We're going to talk about the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. All right, I just wanted to hit that like button. Say hey to Leo. I like it, Sniper. I like that title. So I hope you guys joined us Friday, 1 o'clock. I'm reaching out to someone who my cat's just looking at me meowing. She's a voice liberator. Voice liberator. I'm going to say it one more time. Voice liberator, singer, songwriter, Course Miracles teacher, and she has a new album, Winds of Change. I don't know if she's going to come up. Fortunately, I have inside connections. I would like her to. I think some of us who have experienced spontaneous singingness, that's an actual condition. In Latin, it is called spontaneous singius. This is true. As Kat's going to vouch for me, I don't make this stuff up. Hey, Lady Sky. The title for tonight, by the way, is The Fire's Lie, Illuminating the Truth Outside of Plato's Cave. I often wondered how come Plato didn't go a little bit further. Hey, Martine, how are you, my friend? Just dropped in to give you a like. I appreciate that, my friend. I hope you're well. Our friend N.A. Nope, N456. So who farted? Of course, I got to go back to the classic. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. That's the way it works, man. Hey, Bama boy, Roll Tide. I don't know if there is a college football team more steeped in history and prestige than Alabama. Oh, Notre Dame. I don't know, Kat. Anyone know why the flags are half mast? Parajat says, "Hey Yogi, I'm a singer and a guitarist too." Hey Parajat, can you come up and on a Saturday and do a song for us? We can't have music unless it's original music. Otherwise, we get a copyright strike. I don't know how that works or why it is so, but it is. But you can always come up and sing a song. So, spontaneous singing. It really is a thing. I think as we release ourselves from the false identity of believing that we are a small, separate ego, we find ourselves doing things that would have been unheard of just a short time ago. Oh, Veterans Day. Got you. Thank you, Coco. I appreciate that. Speaking of singing, and speaking of Coco, did you guys hear her on Saturday? Beautiful voice, powerful, and just out of the blue. Totally not expecting that. And she just shrugged and said, "Yeah, I'm talented. What can I say?" And then stepped off. Kat says, "Thank you, Stacy. That was so obvious. I don't know why I missed it." Yeah, I didn't think of it either. That's because I was thinking yesterday was better. Sissy, how are you? Ahmed, my friend, how are you? Bamba Boy says, "Hey to, how are you to Mustafa?" I don't mind those comments, so it's just play. Hey, I didn't think of that, Sniper. Maybe Plato did and we never got to read it. You would think that would be the most important part. It's nice to be told that we are staring at shadows. Maybe not so nice at first. At first, it can be quite disturbing, right? Who wants to think that everything that we've been looking at, everything that we've placed value in, is nothing but a shadow? Or in other non dual traditions, and Plato Cave ultimately proves to be non duality. Um, Here's what the Course teaches about non duality. There's arguments. Is it non dual? Is it not non dual? And some of it's going around on Facebook right now. Debates. To me, it doesn't really matter. Do the practice, do the work because you're happy when you do it. It's my bottom line. Mustafa says, "Yogi, do you enjoy fishing? What do you do when you have free time?" I walk a lot, sometimes run. I don't really think of it as free time. All time is free, isn't it? It is when you're 60 and you don't have a job. I don't fish. This is it. This is what I do. I show up here and talk to you guys. When I'm not talking to you guys, I'm writing, I'm working out, I'm meditating, I'm reaching out to people, talking with friends, reach out. Maybe they want to do some breath work or some meditation. Um, I don't have a car right now, which limits where I go, unfortunately. I do miss going to the bookstore, which used to be a daily occurrence for me, the bookstore for coffee, socializing. Sissy says, Yogi, self deprecation isn't your thing. You don't think so? But I've been practicing it for at least, sorry, I guess I had a cat attached to me. Sample says, American flags you are seeing at half staff are a mark of respect and mourning for. Oh, Dick Cheney passed away? Wow. Manifesto says, my friend, our story has got a great video coming out. You would love it, Squirrel. Mustafa says, Yogi, do you enjoy? Oh, I read that. Sorry, I apologize. When did Dick Cheney die? Mustafa says, nothing. Yogi, we want you to talk to us every day, every minute. That would, you guys, you would send me packing. And within the first, well, I am live an awful lot, but I think it wouldn't take long. This Rip says he passed some days ago. Wow. Shows you how far out of the news cycle I am. Hey, Skeeter, my friend, how are you? Fishing today, Skeeter? Like says, they called a cow by my sister because it wouldn't let her bite of hit me. What do you mean, Ellie? Kat says, wait, who is this Yogi y'all speak of? Just some guy. Miss Rip says November 3rd. Wow, man, I've really been out of it. Can't say I was politically a fan of Dick Cheney. I liked that when he ran vice president. It's funny, he was appointed by George W. Bush during the election cycle, his political consultant, to find the best candidate to be the vice president. And he searched and he searched and he searched only to discover, guess what? He was the best candidate to be vice president. Thank you. She cooks. We got happy poop popping up all over the place. Much appreciated. Kat says, had a skeeter. Ellie says, poop. Manifesto says, can I just say thank you for all the people you send my way? Very much appreciated. I'm glad that people are discovering each other. Hey, Mustafa, I actually have 6 books up on Amazon. But we need to get your sister to stop that, Ellie. She cooks. Thank you so much for the happy poop. Lady Sky says, Yogi. Hey, Lady Sky. Hey, Sheiky baby. How are you, my friend? Michael, how are you? Jacob? All my favorite people showing up. There's another one. Heavenly Star says, Yogi Bear. Hey, Dolly. Dolly says, love you. We love you too. And I love Chef Extra today for a happy poop. She cooks. She was so beautiful people. Tiger King says 16th November to come up. It all depends on if I have a guest or not, my friend. The reason why I put a priority on guest over your appearance is because several times you've talked about coming up and then you haven't shown up, which is fine. but I don't want to sacrifice a spot with somebody who will show up for the possibility that you might. If you want, you could come up right now and just say hi to everyone. So we don't need to wait for the 16th if you want. It's only 4 days away. Thank you, Jacob. She Cooks Rose says, "What a good discussion yesterday." Which one was it? Tom in the evening, or was it Vicky in the afternoon? I've read a few books by Gary Lachman. You know, he was the drummer or the bass player for Blondie. He wrote a wonderful book on Carl Jung, The Mystic, which was completely awesome. He has another book, Emanuel Swedenborg, which I like. I can't remember his other titles. So, hey, if anyone does want to find my books, they are available Amazon.com. Either Eric McCarty or Eric P. McCarty or Eric Paul McCarty. I got a couple laying around in back of me. Basis. Thank you, Miss Whipper. Cypher says that would be epic. Tiger King. Hey, Songahan, how are you, my friend? Mustafa says, Yogi, we can't comment on your short videos on YouTube. Is there a problem? I don't know why. For some people who are mods, like I can't comment on Sissy's shorts, and I don't believe she can comment on mine, and Erica Point can't comment on mine. But yeah, I don't know why that is. It's okay. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching them. Amazon says, well, the book, or Songahan says, well, the books are even on Amazon. They are. Phil says Swedenborg was important. He was. Oh, because I made you top mod. Okay, I didn't know that. She Cooks says, Vicky Poppy, I watched the whole thing. I loved spending time with Vicky. And then I got to chat with her afterwards. I got to chat with her this morning. I love spending time with Vicky. She was introduced to me by Alan Ikar. I get his name wrong. Ishak. Ishak. I get everyone's name wrong, including mine. Tiger King says something about Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, you guys don't do that. Cat says if you're a magic mod, you give up commenting rights. I don't know why that is. It's silly. It is silly, isn't it? Thank you, Mustafa. Yeah, you heard my cat. One of my cats. Hey, She Cooks, I'm so glad that you enjoyed Vicky. She's the one who also told me to reach out for Nita Boyne. I believe it's Boyne. How would you pronounce Boin? And again, she is a voice liberator, singer-songwriter. I will get a chance to finish me talking about voice liberator. Course in Miracles teacher. She has a new album out. I don't know exactly what she means by voice liberator. Does it have to do with freeing the fifth chakra? For me, again, it was just a spontaneous thing. I found myself singing with you guys. I never would have sung before. I have been up to sing karaoke. It was never really comfortable. And here I am singing on YouTube. That's what I think. If voice liberation is, you feel free. You are unencumbered by the weight of the anxiety of looking foolish or sounding foolish. Could not have done that without you guys. Hey, Skits, slow Yokester Brewster, just flying by to say hi and like and tell you how much of a effing complete legend you are. Keep shining. Much love. Much love to you, Skits. Thank you so much. Speaking of legends, Skits really is a legend. Have you been to his channel? He's got a new song he put up last week. I know he said, you say that about all my songs when I say that this one is one of my favorite. There's a reason for that. You keep getting more powerful in your lyrics each and every time. Everything you write really, really touches me deeply. Jake was glad he was able to help with Heavenly's burpee game. Thanks so much, Skits. Hades Guy says, no pen wagging. What constitutes a wag? If I were to go sideways, is that a wave? Can I wave? What are the bylaws? Manifesto says I have a mantra. It goes, confidence is the key, and to sing it loud over and over. I like that. Did I miss the Toy Pups come in? She Cooks Rose says, love Toy Pups, my Booski. She says, Cat Jack, I adore you. Me too. Sissy says, I can change to standard, and it would help. No, I don't mind being top mod. If you don't mind me, I hit like all the time, and I watch it. I just can't comment. Hey, Tiger King, you never answered. You want to come up and say hi? Lady Sky says she can sing Valley. That's a good song. This is Sienna. Happy Wednesday, my friend. Hey, by the way, Lady Sky, Friday at 1, I have a guest. But if you want to come up Friday later, I say let Yogi be Yogi. I can do that. I think. Project says I can sing too. Hey, would you come up Saturday and sing? We do singing on Saturdays. I keep thinking that it's gonna that we're done with it. No one's gonna want up to do it. And then last Saturday, last whole weekend was awesome. We had great people come up and sing. Big Al closed down the show, beautifully so. And Heavenly Star came up, and we got to celebrate her birthday. Her and I trading songs back and forth. Kat says she cooks. I love you so much. Skits is asking if Manifesto wants to collab. That would be awesome. Hey, Skits, if you go to Saturday's live stream, you can hear Manifesto sing. He says, Tiger King, miss you, sir. How was drama class? Lady Scott says, I'll be leaving to go out of town on Friday for my Thanksgiving with my family members in Texas. Well, nice. Flight leaves at 4 Central Time, which would be 5 my time. I'm glad you're going to be spending Thanksgiving with your family. I guess that is coming up sometime soon, right? How long are you out of town for? Well, Parajet's going to sing The Doors, Riders on the Storm. It's a good song. Cat says, Fun Lady Sky. Hey, Josh. It says, nice, thanks, Yogi. I'll listen. Phil says he wasn't in his best form and just woken up. The next time I'll love to do my mantra with you, Eric. I'm in. I'll do it. Mustafa says, Yogi, do you follow or watch special program on TV or the internet? No, not really. The only time I ever have the TV on is when I'm cooking my last meal for the day. I might put it on for 20 minutes, whatever. I do avoid the news lately. Not that I live in a bubble. Not that I want to not know what's going on, although I did not know that Dick Cheney had died. Oh, I was mentioning his Friday, his passing away, and how he was selected himself to be vice president. But anyway, as he was running and he was debating with Lieberman, Joe Lieberman. I remember Joe Lieberman because when he ran for president himself, he came up with the term Joe Mentum, and that assumed his fate of never being elected and sort of being a political joke. Joe Mentum sounds pretty ridiculous when you were referring to yourself and your name is Joe. But anyway, him and Joe Lieberman sat down, and before the debate, they shook hands and said, hey, let's set a tone politically to show that we can have different views and we can attack each other on policy, but personally, we can be gentlemen about the whole deal. And they did. And it was beautiful to witness. Tiger King says it's got family here, so come up on your 16th. Okay. Sniper says, tell Tiger King that Thanksgiving is equivalent to the English Harvest Festival. Manifest has his box drum too. Awesome. Well, that's a long vacation, Lady Sky. Won't be back until December 1st. So the question for our friend Base is, what were you doing at the White Nationalist Party? For shame, my friend, for shame. Parajet says, people are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you are unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange. Faces come out of the rain. I love the Doors. I don't know another band of that prominence that did not have a bass player. And that's the magic of Ray Manzarek, the keyboardist, who could double with his playing. He could actually fill in the spaces what would normally be a bass. The bass is a really instrumental instrument, ties everything together. Manifest says Jim Morrison was connected to the elite, though. No, his father was an admiral. He grew up not too far from me. Let's go, Manny Bro, legend. Manifest says such a great channel, Eric. Such great people. Seriously, we are still strong people. Thank you for being part of it. Yep, Ray Manzarek. Who's left? From the Doors. Tiger King says, what time do you want me to come up? 16, but want to come toy pups here, Lady Sky. Well, I can't guarantee that anyone will be here. Probably Lady Sky won't be if she's going to be visiting family. Cat says, we'll miss you, Lady Sky. We will miss you. You're welcome, Phil. Lady Sky says, when I come back from my trip, I have to help my aunt celebrate my grandmother's 90th birthday. Happy birthday to your grandmother. In December, Yogi, so I won't have time to sing once I get back from my trip. Gotcha. We will miss you. I agree with Kat. Bobby Krieger, is he the only one left? He was the guitar player, right? And Densmore was the drummer, or did I get that mixed up? He's a big Doors fan. We were talking, Parajat, you and I and a few others, performers who have that magical quality. And Jim Morrison definitely had that magical quality, but the Doors themselves had a very magical sound. Nothing like them. Still to this day. Hey, Tim. Tim is stopping by too. Say hi to everyone. He's still at work, but wanted to stop by to show love and support. You always do, Tim. Everywhere I go, you are giving support to people. You know, you get that. You can get a reputation as a support channel. No one deserves it more than Tim. Tim and Scott Ferguson. Our friend Betty, pre-retirement as well. Manifesto says, like the Doors a lot. I would love to sing one of the songs. I have quite a deep voice, so I reckon I could pull it off. Which one would you do, Manifester? I could try to do When You're Strange sometime. Hey, Lady Sky, no inconvenience at all. Just that we'll miss you. Hey, Lady Sky, you could always send songs if you want, and I'll play them. Love House Me and Riders on the Storm. Light My Fire, good song. Predator says, what about Julian Casablancas? That is not ringing a bell, my friend. Manifesto says, yes, love the Strokes. Tim says, another Northern Light video coming soon. Had the pleasure of seeing them again last night and supposed to be tonight also. Hey, Tim, what time were they visible? One of my favorite songs is This Is It. Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins, This Is It is an awesome song. Oh, lead singer of the Strokes. Got you. Tim says 8:35 last night. Thank you, Tim. I don't know as I have a favorite Christmas song, but hey, let's put it out there. What's your favorite modern Christmas song? Not a traditional. By modern, let's say from the 1960s to now. The Kinks, Father Christmas. John Lennon's Christmas song, Merry Christmas, the War is Over. My least, Springsteen. Oh, wow, Manifester. Now you're talking. Fairy Tale in New York, The Pogues, definitely. Never heard Kenny Loggins. Oh, definitely. Phil, take a minute. Take a minute now and go listen to Kenny Loggins sing "This Is It." Danger Zone does him no justice at all. Yeah, Kat says that's past Yogi's bedtime. Sometimes I'm still up, not quite asleep, but I'm almost always definitely in bed. 43 days until Christmas. 6 weeks and 1 month. Love the Pogues. I should sing Dirty Old Town. Miss Pippa says, once I heard the Cranberries sing I got a flute. sorry, I guess. Ignore that. I had a fruit fly, and I didn't want to. Instinctively, I wanted to swat, but I don't want to swat my friends away. So I was trying to dodge it. I was not dancing. I was not dancing in my head to "This Is It" by Kenny Loggins. I know it looked like it. Hey, Left Show. Mad World by Michael Andrews and Gary Jules. I don't know that song. Stairway to Heaven. If I'm not mistaken, that was my prom song. Listening to Stairway to Heaven, Roy Love, released around 1970. Beautiful song. So once I heard the Cranberries sing a churchy Christmas song sung by King's Lord of Lords, but then I was never able to find it again. Well, from this moment on, I will be on the lookout for it. I will not swat it, Cat. I will not swat it. It could be the one that I saved. I actually saved 2 of them. I did not go all the trouble to give CPR mouth to mouth to a fruit fly to inadvertently swat it away because I was annoyed. Thank you, King says Football World Cup is coming to America. I think the collective reaction of America to the World Cup is, huh? What's that? Kat says her belly is full. She might fall asleep. I am glad that you got in some food. You're going to have your strength back, feeling even better. Kat, Kat is laughing. Are you laughing at me? See, this is the self-deprecating yogi you guys speak of. Laughing and laughing. I told you I saved those fruit flies. But for real, I love you, Yogi. I love you too, Kat. Absolutely. Even though you wanted me to swat a fruit fly. When I first became vegan, I was almost exclusively they're called frugarians, but fruitarian, same thing. So we're on the same wavelength. Me and fruit flies, we are connected. Project says Stairway to Heaven was written by Robert Plant in midnight. Yeah, I heard it was very fast. 3 to 3:30 a.m. And that's it. The legendary song was made. Miss Pippa says the U.S. goalie is the son of a guy who had a big crush on me. Wow. What could have been. Left Show says, you mean World Soccer, Tiger King? I remember Slade. Merry Christmas, everyone, by the band Slade. Features Nobody Holder as the lead. Slade made a bit of a comeback. They were like a fairly hardcore metal band, right? In the 70s. Then in the 80s, they made a comeback, sort of as a camp type of band. Not very good. And the second time around. That happened with a lot of bands, though. ZZ Top was a great rock blues band based out of Texas in the 1970s. And then in the 80s, because of MTV, She's Got Legs and Sharp Dressed Man, people are like, well, that's a good song, right? But it was nothing compared to, oh, and it's not a good song, but compared to what they used to do, not really a fan. But they were good in the 70s. Tackle kick in soccer is not football in UK. In UK, we call football. I try to honor that too. Manifesto says, thank you, Yogi. Great song. It is a great song, isn't it? And to hear him do it live is amazing too. Who does he have doing backing vocals with him? Let me look that up for you. I want to say Michael McDonald, but I could be wrong about that. See, Kenny Loggins is another one who, him and Loggins and Messina, beautiful music. And then with the advent of 80s MTV, and I loved MTV. I was there for the launch, the first day it came out. And I love 80s music, new wave, but the 70s, 60s, and 70s people who reinvented themselves, I didn't care for it. Me personally. Yeah, Michael McDonald was from the Doobie Brothers. He had a very he had a jazz quality. Kenny Loggins had a jazz quality to his voice. War is Over by Lennon. Yes. Manifesto says, I love the 80s too. Very unique time. Some people say 1984 was the high point in pop rock music. You had Thriller was still peaking. Prince put out Party Like It's 19, or Prince and Revolution put out Party Like It's 1999. No, Purple Rain, sorry. The album. Springsteen had Born in the USA. What else was going on in 84? 65 was big, 71 was big. What was the year you were born? Love the Doobie Brothers. What was the music the year you were born? 65. The Beatles put out Revolver, which is when they became truly the Beatles of the 60s. This is when they came off the road and devoted their time to the studio. They smoked pot with Bob Dylan, and they experimented with plant medicine. So everything changed for him. Everything changed for him. The Byrds put out Turn, Turn, Turn. John Coltrane put out Love Supreme. Bob Dylan went electric. How Does It Feel came out. I like David Bowie too. Oh, 79. 79 was a good year. Good old 73. Let's look up. What was in 73? Hey, Joshua. Miss Pippa says, love David Bowie. Big Al sang Heroes Saturday night to close out the show. Times they are changing. They sure are. What's up there, Laradox? Top songs of 1973. Throughout the year you were born, guys, and we'll look things up. Tony Orlando, Tie a Yellow Ribbon. Jim Croce, Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Love Jim Croce. Killing Me Softly, really good song. Roberta Flack. I was going to try to sing that. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Paul McCartney and the Wings, My Love. Chris Christopherson, Crocodile Rock. Not Elton John's best song, but in 1973, when I was 8 years old, I absolutely loved it. Billy Preston, Carly Simon, You're So Vain. I should try to sing that sometime. Vicki Lawrence, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. Bill and Reddy, Me and Mrs. Jones, really good song. Dobie Gray, Drift Away. Sweet Little Willie. Little Willie really won't go home, was how the lyrics went. Cher sang Half Breed. Grand Funk Railroad, the American, we're an American band. Dr. John. Superstition, excellent song. Stevie Wonder. Paul Simon, Love Me Like a Rock. John Denver, Rocky Mountain High, love John Denver. Steelers Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You. Gary Wright, who later went on to sing Dreamweaver. Really good song. Passed away 1 or 2 years ago. Barry White had a song, another song by Tony Orlando. We were talking about Kenny Loggins, his song, Danny's song, but the version by Anne Murray, Canadian singer, she really watered it down, already watered down song. Pretty song. The Monster Mash came out. Seals and Croft, Doobie Brothers, George Harrison, Give Me Love, really good song. Sly and the Family Stone. Sly Stone just passed away, I think this year, maybe last year. Midnight Train to Georgia. Oh man, all kinds of good songs. It's a good year, Sniper. All right, put out a year. What do you want me to look up, guys? Going to be live for about 10 more minutes. Miss Alpha says 1975. You got it. Captain and Tennille, #1 song, 1975. I'm sorry. Love Will Keep Us Together. Lady Sky and I sang it the other day. Rhinestone Cowboy, I've sung that. Glenn Campbell. Glenn Campbell was the guitar player for, man, what was the name of them? They did session work. The greatest band no one's ever heard of. So much so that I can't even remember the name. They did like all the music for the Beach Boys. They played on anyone that needed music where they didn't think the musicians themselves. They did most of the Monkey stuff. Elton John did Philadelphia Freedom. My Eyes Adored You. I sang that for Cat. Frankie Valli. Another song by Grand Funk. Talk about longevity, guys. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Love Earth, Wind, and Fire. David Bowie did Fame. Why did I think Fame was later? Why was I thinking Fame was like 78? Neil Sedaka made a comeback. Neil Sedaka was actually a member of the Tokens, who sang the Lion Sleep Tonight, which was a traditional Caribbean African folk song. And they remember Lion Sleeps Tonight, right? Neil Sedaka was a member. Thank you for the jewel, for the heart, much appreciated. And he had a lot of top Puppy Love, really bad version of it. Wasn't a great song to begin with, but at least Paul Anka did a good song. Anyway, a string of mediocre hits in the early 60s. The Beatles knocked them like right off the charts. Deservedly, in my opinion. But he made a comeback in 1975 with Laughter in the Rain, which is a really pretty song. Eagles were big one of these nights. John Denver again, thank God I'm a country boy. Bee Gees making their approach into disco with Jive Talkin'. Best of My Love. Should try to sing that song. I'm gonna write that down. Best of My Love. And you know what? In 1975, seriously though, everybody was kung fu fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting. I was 10 years old in 1975. Guess what I was doing? I was kung fu fighting. Doobie Brothers, Blackwater, sweet ballroom blitz. I thought that song was so awesome when I was 10. We sang this song the other day. BJ Thomas, another somebody done somebody wrong song to make me feel at home. The hustle was big, man. They were on the verge of disco taking over the world. Carpenters, this was right before Karen Carpenter was going to pass away. Olivia Newton-John. Barry Manilow was big. 10cc, I'm Not in Love. Look up how 10cc got their name. I don't know if it's true or not. Listen to what the man said. I had that 45. 75 was a good year for music. Midnight Blue. I might try to sing that song sometime too. Melissa Manchester. Love that song. All right. You got another year for me, guys, before we wrap things up? Manifesto says 79. Got you, my friend. 79, I was starting to come into my own musically. Billy Joel, My Life. Dr. Hook, sharing the night together. Dr. Hook, as far as I know, the only band with a one-eyed patch-wearing lead singer. They did cover the Rolling Stone. My friend Tim Cahill, who is a New York Times best-selling author, he did the cover story the year that they did cover the Rolling Stone, and they made the cover of the Rolling Stone. And my friend Tim Cahill wrote the article for him. He also wrote the Rolling Stone article on Jonestown, which won him all kinds of awards. He had to step away from it though. He became the editor for Outside Magazine. He wrote the Wolverine is Eating My Leg, which is a travel book. Also held the record from driving from the tip of Argentina to Barrows in Alaska, the northernmost part in the United States. So he drove the entire length with some partners. I forget how many days he did it in. Yes, I know famous people. Toto, Hold the Line, good song. YMCA, The Village People. Eric Clapton sang Promises. Rod Stewart came out with Do You Think I'm Sexy? And the answer to that was no, never did. Never did. Earth, Wind, and Fire, the seminal classic, maybe the greatest song ever written. Earth, Wind, and Fire's September. I love that song. Do you remember? 21st of September. Gloria Gaynor wrote I Will Survive. Pointer Sisters did Fire, which was a song by Bruce Springsteen. Nicolette Larson had a hit with Lot of Love, which was originally written by Neil Young. I think it's on the Harvest album. More songs from the Bee Gees. What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers. Speaking of that, Kenny Loggins also did a version of What a Fool Believes. A very good song. Dire Straits making their debut, I believe, at least with a hit song, Sultans of Swing. Mark Knopfler, one of the great guitar players. You know who loves him? Matty. No F's, No Frills, No Mercy. One of his favorite musicians. Little River Band did Lady. Good song. In the Navy by the Village People. Donna Summers did Hot Stuff. Disco was really big, but it was about to fade out. It's in it last hurrah. One of my favorite songs, Randy Van Warmer, Just When I Needed You Most. I wish I could sing it, but his voice is so high. Love is the Answer, England and John Ford Coley. Supertramp. Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers was big in the late 70s. Of course, he started in the 60s. Just checked in to see what condition my condition is in. And Cheap Trick, I Want You to Want Me. Electric Light Orchestra, one of my all-time favorite bands from the 70s. All right. It was a good year. Ballroom Blitz. Yep. 74. Did we already do 74? I think I might have did 74 already. I sang this, I believe, Seasons in the Sun, Terry Jacks. The Way We Were, Barbra Streisand. We're not off to a good start. Barbra Streisand has a wonderful voice. I'm just not musically, I'm not a fan, but she does have a wonderful voice. Dancing Machine, I am a Jackson 5 fan. Come and Get Your Love by Redbone. As far as I know, the only charting Native American band ever. Grand Funk, we've been talking about Grand Funk a lot, The Locomotion. Not a good song. It's a cover, and it wasn't a good song then. This was also remade in the 1980s with, before they had boy bands, they had, the teen pop stars. Tiffany, I think it was. Don't judge me for knowing Tiffany. Back, go what? I deserve it. I deserve to be judged for knowing Tiffany. Benny and the Jets, good song by Elton John. Mac Davis, hell of a woman. One hell of a woman. Mac Davis was not one hell of a woman. Mac Davis was a man. He had a talk show in the 1970s. Everybody had a talk show in the 1970s. In 1974, I was 9 years old. I had my own variety show in 1974. All kinds of guests. Paul McCartney was on. Mac Davis was on. John Davidson was on. True story, guys. Again, I don't make this stuff up. Jim Stafford did Don't Like Spiders and Snakes. John Denver, Sunshine's on My Shoulder, really good song. Blue Suede, we did this song the other day. Lady Sky and I, Hooked on a Feeling. I Am Believing. Paul McCartney and the Wings, Band on the Run, I had that 45. Jim Croce sadly passed away before his time, right when he was becoming well known. He sang Time in a Bottle. Annie song, which I've sung before by John Denver. Gordon Lightfoot passed away either last year or the year before. A great, great Canadian singer. Sundown, really good song. Paul Anka, one of the worst songs ever. You're Having My Baby. It's horrible. But look it up. Rock Me Gently, Andy Kim. Ringo Starr did it. Oddly enough, we were talking Neil Sedaka. Neil Sedaka did You're 16. Ringo Starr did a remake. Poor choice. You don't want to sing a song about you're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine. Neil Sedaka was like 40 years old when he sang it. Neil Sedaka is still alive, by the way. You're probably thinking, who's Neil Sedaka? Nothing from Nothing. Good song. Billy Preston. Billy Preston was sometimes called the fifth Beatle. He was the keyboardist. He played the keyboards on Get Back, the rooftop performance from Let It Be, the Beatles' last album. Top of the World. Steve Miller Band, The Joker. Steve Miller. I don't know what to say about Steve Miller, guys. He seems so middle of the road. I'm not a Steve Miller fan. Fan. But he wasn't bad. It's just weird. Three Dog Night was big. Rock the boat. The song never made sense to me. The lyrics. Rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. They're sending mixed messages, guys. Do you want them to rock the boat or not rock the boat? Granville Station, Smoking in the Boys' Room. All right. That was 1974. I don't know the status quo. Mark says, no more hippie music. Man, I grew up on hippie music. Did you say 98? I'm not a big fan of the 90s. Some of the 90s. I'll tell you why I'm not a big fan of the 90s. Because Shania Twain, you're still the one. Leanna Rimes, How Do I Live? Elton John did a remake of Candle in the Wind. He should have written another song. Don't do a tribute song to, who was it for? Marilyn Monroe. And then Princess Di passed away. Tragedy. I'm all for writing a tribute song for Princess Di, but don't take away the song that you wrote for Marilyn Monroe and let's change it around a little bit and release it as a tribute song for Princess Di. To me, it was a disservice to Princess Di and not Elton John's best work. Destiny Child, My Heart Will Go On, Getting Jiggy with It. That's the song I ought to do. Sarah McLachlan, Faith Hill. The late 90s. Now, I know, Mark, you're looking for the hardcore stuff. I'm just picking out what were the top songs. After the early 90s, mid 90s, some great bands, Pearl Jam, Guns N' Roses. But man, everything started getting watered down. Give me the hippie music every day, guys. Of course, we're also talking about hey, Antoff, how are you, my friend? Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us last night. Dire Straits' self-titled is a masterpiece. Get to the goodies. Pick another year. I started this conversation off talking about 1984 and why it's often considered the golden year, the best year in pop music. You want to know why? It's all right. When Doves Cry, what's love got to do with it? Unfortunately, Say, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Unfortunately, Footloose. Unfortunately, Against All Odds. Unfortunately, Jump. But hello, Richie, or Lionel Richie. Hello, good song. Yes, Owner of a Lonely Heart, not their best stuff. On the fence with yes. I can appreciate their talent. Culture Club, Karma Chameleon. You might not be a fan, but you got to admit, Culture Club, they helped define the 1980s. More by Lionel Richie, Cyndi Lauper, Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark, Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, The Reflex, Duran Duran, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, Pointer Sisters, Jump, Prince and the Revolution, Let's Go Crazy, Daryl Hall, John Oates, Say It Isn't So, Thompson Twins, Kool and the Gang, Stevie Wonder, Nina, 99 Loft Balloons. Here's a story, true story, that I'm just making up now. Originally, it was called 101 Loft Balloons until it flew into a flock of seagulls going by. So she was saying 101 Loft Balloons, and she's like, damn, scratched it out, put 100 loft balloons. Popped another one. 99, she decided to stop. Again, true story that I just made up. Stuck on You, good song. Another bad song by Elton John. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Madonna, Borderline, Billy Idol, Eyes Without a Face. Big Billy Idol fan, guys. All the way back from Gen X. Unfortunately, Uptown Girl, maybe the worst song ever written. Sister Christian, the last great classic rock song. Drive, The Cars, really good song. You Know the Snake, Duran Duran. Unfortunately, something by Huey Lewis. Not a fan of Huey Lewis, nor the News. Scandal, I Am the Warrior, Bang Bang. Remember that song? Julio and Willie Nelson, To All the Girls I've Loved Before. Pat Benatar, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, Island in the Stream. That's a good song. That was written by the Bee Gees, guys. So as you can see, 84. Bohemian, the song that's most listened to daily. Check it out, Yogi. I will. Mustafa, thank you. 100 miles and running. Says Mark. Oh, I love Culture Club. I'm actually surprised because I know you're hardcore. Nirvana was great. I was on your channel not long ago. Nirvana was great. Audio Slave. Singer just passed away, right? 1 or 2 years ago. Kat says Shania was the best. I used to teach horseback riding lessons in Florida Heat, and we love to listen to her. I'm not surprised that you did that because the list of things that Cat and Jack has done is legendary. In the original first edition video of Drops Out Tennessee has Elvis in drag for 3 Flames. Wow, I didn't know that. Hey, Fred. Thank you so much, Fred. Fred always comes in helpful. I appreciate it about them. My fruit fly is back. What's up, L Dog? L Dog says, I feel temporarily amazing, but it can be short lived. If it can be short lived, enjoy it while it's here. Don't try to hold on to it. Just enjoy it while you have it. Sorry, Mark. I did besmirch Huey. I did, and I apologize. I stand by what I said, but I apologize. I don't. You know what? I don't want to. I only offer my thoughts, what I enjoy. I don't want to, in any way, diminish what anyone else loves. We get our enjoyment where we get our enjoyment, and it's good. Do you know what I mean? No one ever has to explain anything. All right, you might have to explain Huey Lewis. I just don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. Hey, Ellie. All right, guys, we're going to wrap things up. Tonight, Squirrel Sniper is up, and he's going to be talking about Plato's Cave. That's okay, Lady Sky. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with us. Ozzy, Mom, I'm Coming Home. Good song. Rest in peace, Ozzy. All right, guys. I got a little bit of work to do. I will see everyone later tonight for the Esoteric Lounge. Squirrel Sniper. Gonna be a good one. Oh, Mark says, I do not love them, but they personify the whole 80s movie thing. Gotcha. I agree. I agree. Mark says, thanks, Yogi. It'd be nice to catch you at the start. 5:25. Guys, I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's much appreciated. I was looking forward to this. Dizzy says, love all of them. You know what? Even the stuff that I was hopefully gently sort of making fun of, it's all part of music history, music lore, and all of it's good. Things would not be the same without it. I love all of it. Thank you, Ellie. Love you too. All right. Again, I was looking forward to this because I love the great guests, but I don't always get to talk with you guys when I have the guests. So it was fun just hanging out and being nonsensical. My specialty. Take care.